Hello traders, I'm Mike from GYLD and I welcome you to another market review where we go over some of the major markets and we try to determine some of the potential targets for the upcoming week, right? So starting with the dollar index, let's dive right into the charts. We can see that we've been getting that pullback. We won it since last week. We're currently closing within this imbalance, which is a very nice sign. And ideally, beginning of the week, we would like to see some pullbacks on the lower time frame, like the 4-hour, possibly coming into some of these areas. Could be a very nice opportunity to buy, and buy to where we would be looking at these previous highs as our target. All right, so the dollar index very bullish and looking pretty good. Something to note is that there is a Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday, so that's going to be a major factor this week and it's going to affect the market heavily. So ideally we would wait till after the release and then we could look to trade the dollars, but we will see. It is impossible to predict as of right now. Okay, but the dollar stays bullish. Next up we have euro dollar. Since they are correlated, since they are both dollar pairs, or rather one is dollar index and this is a pair with the dollar, they move the same or tend to do most of the time, and we're currently retesting these previous lows, which is nice to see, and we're getting some reaction off of the zones. So once again, as with the dollar index, we would like to see some pullbacks on the lower time frame, possibly into these areas before we can sell again lower. Once again, the targets would be higher time frame lows, so over here would be our targets, our main targets, that is. Okay, so we need to see some pullback or impulsive move down and then a pullback. Either way, moving on to the pound dollar. Same again, since it's a correlated pair with the dollar. However, I'm not liking the pound dollar too much compared to the euro dollar. I find the euro dollar to be a little bit more clean as of right now, because in euro dollar, as you can see here, we got one move down followed by a pullback, whilst in the pound dollar we got a move down, we got some consolidation here, another move down, and then reversed all the way back up here. So the pound dollar is not as clear. However, we're still retesting the previous lows, so it will be important to watch both of the pairs to determine which one will be better throughout the week. But as of right now, for me, the euro dollar is the better pair. Okay, next up we have gold. We finally broke out of this little channel or consolidation, if you will. So we left out this imbalance in price, and it will be important to see how price reacts within it. If it can support the price or hold it and push it lower, that would be ideal for potential higher time frame areas of interest like this one, this level of support where we could look to buy again. But it's important to know that we cannot be certain as of right now, so it's important to wait and see whether price closes and keeps closing within or below this imbalance, or if we break back above. In that case, this imbalance could work as a support zone, but too early to tell right now. Okay. Next up, we have Bitcoin. There's not really much change on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still hovering around the previous all-time high. It's been doing so for over a month. And on Bitcoin, there's not really much to discuss. There's not much to do. There's not much indicating nothing really. We're still in a consolidation around here. So the idea is to probably buy the bottoms and sell the tops if you are a range trader. However, on the higher time frame perspective, we don't really have anything going on, as it could go both directions easily. So as of right now, Bitcoin is still on standby mode. Okay, moving into indexes, we have the S&P 500 or the US 500, and we can see that we broke out of the consolidation and we're currently getting some pullback. We have to wait and get a little bit more data, because as of right now we cannot be certain whether this is a move down for a move up higher, or if this is a move down and this is just a pullback to retest some of these levels of resistance before we go lower. So as of right now, it's important to watch out for these zones around here, around these areas, general areas, is where it's going to be important how price reacts and what it does. So until then, we don't have a clear-cut bias, and it's a little bit 50-50. Overall, obviously, it's still bullish, but the higher time frame and the lower time frame, to be precise, is not confirming that too well. So we need to wait and see what happens. Okay, and last we have the Nasdaq, or the US 100. And once again, we broke below, and it's important to see what happens next, as we're approaching these previous lows again, which could work as a resistance level, right? So we need to see how price opens, how it closes, and how it respects these levels, if at all. Okay, so that's it for the review, guys, and let's take a look at the economic calendar for the upcoming week. So here we have the economic calendar for the upcoming week. Actually, I forgot to mention during the market review, but there is NFP on Friday, as it's the first Friday of new month. So that's absolutely going to affect the market as well. So we have the Fed interest rate decision, and we have the NFP on Friday. This week is likely going to be very brutal. There should be a lot of movement, but having both heavy news, some of the heaviest news, 2 days apart, it's gonna, I believe, cause a lot of whipsaw, a lot of consolidation and manipulation of previous highs and lows, as the market will likely be preparing for the real move on NFP or after NFP release. Okay. However, starting with the Monday, we have German CPI, which is going to affect the euro, obviously. Nothing besides that. There's a holiday for the Japanese yen, or for Japan, to be exact. That's going to affect the Asian session likely, which is still on Monday. Asian session, it doesn't really do much, so it doesn't concern us mostly. But on Tuesday, we have the German gross domestic product, which is gonna move the euro quite a bit. We have CPI for euro right after that, 1 hour after that. And we have some USD news during the New York session. However, the Wednesday is gonna be very important. We're starting the day off with German and United Kingdom holiday, but this shouldn't be a major factor, as there will be the Fed interest rate decision on Wednesday later in the day. With the statement and press conference. So heavy New York session news, this is going to be very important. The market is going to be waiting for this moment for sure. However, stay careful, stay safe, as we still have the first day initial jobless claims, and then on Friday we have the NFP. Remember, NFP, first Friday of every month. So NFP is one of the biggest news, and it can cause quite a bit of pain for a lot of traders, as it can move in both directions very easily, taking out previous highs and lows as mentioned. So that is it, guys. Take a note of the Fed interest rate and the NFP on Friday, and we wish you guys good luck and see you next week. Cheers.